Hello, and welcome back. I will be finishing this Let's Play soon, finally. I was just about to beat the game at Kiln. The reason I actually haven't uploaded in a while, besides my usual delay, is I've actually been playing the game quite a fair amount. I've been doing PvPing, and I've been doing so much at a time, like hours upon hours, and I just am too lazy to edit it for the good stuff, and most of it isn't really anything too special. There's other people on YouTube who have much better PvP than me. So anyway, you might have noticed my playtime is pretty high. I've leveled up quite a bit. I've experimented with a number of weapons, and I've finally gotten a feel for the PvP, but so I guess the reason I haven't gone after the final boss yet is I basically just kept myself in limbo at the end of the game so I can just PvP for fun whenever I feel like it. But I'm thinking of finally just ending this so I can move on to some other games, or I don't know, just finally conclude this series. But yeah, I've done a lot of just screwing around. Anyway, I'm going to explain some of the stuff I've done. I think I'll reverse hollow myself. Well, I guess I could actually spend some of these souls. I don't always spend my souls now. So, thinking this time of just actually not beating the game this time yet either, but maybe helping some people fight Gwyn, just so I have something to do that isn't PvP. I'm kind of bored of that, and also just so I can have, just so, you know, for those of you who are actually still watching, I know there's a bunch of stuff I should probably do before I beat the game. My feeling is just to be lazy and not even do that much. You know, what I'm talking about is, you know, turning some souls in for some weapons, killing NPCs to get items, stuff like that, you know, stuff you should do before you move into New Game Plus. You know, so if I'm ever going to go platinum this game, or whatever it's called, get all the trophies, that I work towards that. But if you guys want, if there's anything you guys want to see me do, maybe you even want to see me do more PvP or whatever, that's fine. This time I'm just going to screw around a little bit. I guess while well, I guess I could spend some of these souls. I can't really level up more than once here. Can't do much interesting. Let's see. Since last time I put a few more points into attunement, just for the hell of it. I have Acid Surge. I was playing around with that a little bit. Sometimes I was using Firestorm and Fire Tempest. I've been leveling up my Vitality a lot, just because it's useful for PvP. I leveled up my Intelligence by 1, just so Griggs of Vinheim would actually sell me stuff. This way I was able to buy the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring. I was playing around with just doing like a pyro build. Overall, my conclusion is I've kind of gimped myself for PvP just because I have so many points in strength, and I conclude that it's best to really have dexterity and vitality. A lot of the people I face clearly just have so many points dumped into vitality. It makes them stronger. They have a more focused build. Strength is, you know, I don't know, I played around a fair amount with the Great Club, and even the Large Club. I farmed for the Large Club from the back entrance of Blighttown. Those giant things, they drop large clubs. I actually got pretty lucky, got it in like the second try. Large Club's almost the same as the Great Club, has a different R2 attack. It's still incredibly easy for people to backstab me though. So I guess I'll just dump a point into Vitality here, just for the hell of it. So stop just talking by the bonfire here. I'm gonna put down my white summon sign so I can actually help people. I've certainly done a lot more invading than actually helping people. I guess this is a way to duel, actually. This guy is very similar to me. I guess I could try that for fun. I don't know what you lose with the duel. I don't really try those usually. Yeah, I finally got the Claymore. This is the most recent weapon I've gotten. Well, I'll try a duel here just for the hell of it, even though I said I was going to, actually my build right now is kind of weird, or my equipment. I'm wearing the Crown of Dusk, and I don't even have Havel's Ring on. I was playing around most recently with kind of a pyro build. So Great Combustion does like a lot of damage when you have both the Crown of Dusk and the Bellowing Giant Crest Ring, but I'm definitely not as durable as my usual build. I'll just do some... Oh, this guy's rushing me down already. This guy's basically using the same thing as me, but it seems like he can stun lock me a little easier. He's got full Havels. That's usually what I wear. Okay. He's actually trying to attack there myself. Yeah, that's one problem with this build, is not really good for just trading off like that. I'm probably going to die here, but I'll just use my Pyro Flame. Let's see, it does a little more damage. Oh. Surprising miss. I'm probably going to die right here. Yep. Anyway, I'm not liking this particular build too much. Basically, I found the best, like when you're using Pyro, is just try to get combustions in, but the weakness of this build for me is people kind of get smart to the fact that you're just trying to use Pyromancy, and then they... whoops, I guess I have to get this first reversal. Then they'll basically just rush you down, like especially with a Claymore user. It's a little better against lighter weaponed enemies, but someone like that with the Claymore, he'll basically just rush me down, and he'll just basically stun lock me right away, or just kill me in a hit or two. And you know, Great Combustion's kind of supposed to stagger him, but I just find from the lag I usually end up the one who's worse off in the trade. Let me just... maybe I'll play around with this build a little more. Usually when I've been PvPing, I haven't been going to hollow form, or I mean human form, just because I don't have a lot of humanity. Most of the humanity that's in my meter now is just I'll heal every once in a while. Not really that often. All this humanity I have here, well, I farmed about half of it from the rats in the depths. I was actually PvPing in the depths a little bit. I tried PvPing in some other places like Kiln and Sands. Actually, it was pretty fun to PvP in Sands. I tried random places, but it sometimes, you know, after I kill the first few guys who are actually alive, after that it's kind of hard to find more people to invade. I think it kind of discourages people from being alive. Usually since I'm using the blue Eye Orb, I usually run into really low-level people. Just kind of destroy them, and I feel kind of bad about it. Sometimes I try to help them, but... So anyway, I'll just, while I'm waiting here, to either help someone or get invaded. Basically what I did, I can't remember what I actually showed in my last PvP video. It's been so long for me. So I was using the Great Club originally. Then I actually got the Lightning S-Stock. So I always just made my weapons lightning, because a lot of these weapons that I was trying to use are dexterity based. So scaling them for me would be kind of silly. Well, the Claymore is a little bit of both, but still it kind of made sense for me to just go lightning. You can also go Chaos. It's about equal. If you have 10 humanity, I guess it scales the weapon up. It's about the same as lightning, but in general, based off the people, the kind of armor people use, I read that lightning is typically the best. So I started using the Lightning S-Stock. It's pretty handy, actually. I can use it just like a spear, kind of poke around a bit. It doesn't really have very good range. I mean, it's good for this kind of weapon, I suppose, but you know, if you just kind of sit here poking around, I mean, doing this kind of stuff, I find I'm just going to get myself hit. The only way to really avoid hits is kind of just having the wood grain ring, so you can get away really quickly, but I don't know. I've found for the most part in PvP, no matter what I try here, like just doing something like this or anything like this, especially with the S-Stock, it's such a light weapon. PvP, so many people just go for the backstab fishing, so it's, I don't know, I always try to, you know, play around with my weapons or fight more normally, and it always devolves into, you know, one guy just, the fight's normal, and then one misstab when the guy's like fished for your back. He just runs around really fast, and you know, on your screen, it doesn't even look like it. See, if I'm stabbing a guy at this range, on my screen I could be poking him right here. That's enough room for him to go to my back before it even looks like he's moved, so it's just really risky to play in any way other than fishing for backstabs. One method I found to be really useful, guess maybe I'll invade here. I'm actually not getting summoned. So one method I've kind of found useful is just keeping my back against the wall. Surprisingly, people still will just completely try to fish you even with your back against the wall. It's just kind of sad. Actually going into this corner here with the fog wall works particularly well. Oh, it's one of these Dragon Eye things. So what was I using before? The Claymore, now I have the S-Stock on. I was using the Balder Side Sword. It took me a long time to farm this. You get it from the Knights and Sands in the outside area. It has a pretty low drop rate, but it's kind of a fun weapon. It's basically like a Claymore that's faster. Okay, so let me get my Dark Woodgrain ring on here. Oh, damn it. I don't actually have the wolf ring where I want it to be. I think there's more than one person here. Can't tell. Sometimes it's just like the enemy knights. Okay, it's just one dude, so usually if it's one guy, I just run back and I'll duel him properly. If I had been recording, actually, there's something kind of funny I do. It's probably not original, other people do it, but anytime there's like a gang squad waiting for me, I will basically, oh yeah, and the Hornet Ring's amazing, so you know, everyone uses that, so okay, I was gonna switch back to the Wolf Ring, but this guy's doesn't really seem like he feels like waiting. I'm trying to backstab there. These big greatswords, I've noticed it's actually quite hard to backstab people. It's for whatever reason the swing animation seems like, okay, so I kind of got him there, but you know, it doesn't always work as you expect it to. And I'm almost dead. Basically I found one of the hardest people to actually fight in PvP are just these Claymore users, or I don't know, whatever the hell. Sometimes they're different greatswords. It's just, oh, this guy's lagging like hell. He's gonna appear behind me any second. I really hate fighting these greatsword people. They basically just spam their attack, and its tracking is ridiculous, which is why I finally got the Claymore yesterday. So basically I'm gonna die to this guy. I'm not really trying to draw this out. I mean, I usually don't pop humanity. It's, you know, I could try throwing a Great Chaos Fireball here, but it's basically this build. It's because I don't have as much armor on, it's not as great of a build. Basically, I could try throwing a Chaos Fireball here, but he could just run through and then slice me. He's got plenty of health. At this stage, I'm basically already dead. Here, I'll just go ahead and do it. Whoops. Oh. I was expected to lock on. Oh, that's cute. I'm surprised he didn't get hit by that, actually. Actually, here, this could be decent. Almost got him there, actually. Oh, you little bastard. This is the other thing about PvP that's incredibly frustrating. Exhibit A. Most of the hosts, I'd say a good 75% to 80% of people they just flask up. I basically just beat this guy here, doing 1,000 damage to him. He had one combustion left, but you know, he just heals up. And you know, I could do the same with humanity, but I don't really care to. If people are gonna do that, I just say whatever. You can win if you really want to. Oh, and this guy's a Wrath of the God user too. He's basically a piece of crap. Just swing your sword once, buddy, and you'll kill me. This guy's not very good, actually. Oh yeah, use your flask. So this is a very good representation of my overall PvP experience. A lot of people are just lame, I'd say. Yeah, here we go. It just gets very tiresome to, you know, warp into a world where people are just, you know, there's just a gang squad, or, you know what, I'm running away from this guy. This guy wants to play this game. He's angered me a little bit, so I'll go ahead and screw around with him. I can just keep talking about, you know, some of the stuff I've been doing. So, you know, like, a good 20% of the time, I just get summoned to the world with a gang squad, you know, clearly there to just infuriate you. I don't really mind that much. It doesn't really bother me too much. I care more about these guys who just don't have honor in the PvP, but, you know, guys who are all wearing some silly armor, there'll be like 3 of them, and they'll just kill you right away, and they make all these gestures like they're actually good at the game. And, you know, I don't know how people enjoy that. So this is what I like to do a lot, actually. I come here. If there's ever a gang squad, I'll just try to make a mad dash for this spot right here. And I do my Fire Tempest, and it's really effective. Usually I time it so there's a guy almost across the bridge. And if there's like a squad of 3, usually I'll manage to kill one of them. So I'm actually going to put my normal build on here. I usually do something like Mask of the Father. You know, it's not super original, but it works. Get Bellowing Dragon Crest ring off. Put my Havel's ring back on, whatever the hell it is. Dark Woodgrain ring isn't super necessary, actually. The Hornet's ring is really just one of the best rings, because the game's it's really all about backstab fishing. And once you get a little better, then it's about parrying. And I've tried that, and I've successfully done that. But the thing is, it's really lame, because once you fight the people who are good enough to parry, they just don't even attack. They just sit there waiting for you to attack, and then it just devolves into no one's attacking. Everyone's just trying to sit there waiting for each other to parry, and so no one's attacking. Then finally, someone will just run for the backstab. So it's really not even any more skilled. I like to. Actually, I might use the Claymore in this situation. Let's make sure I'm below. Is this what I usually wear? I can't remember. I don't remember if I do full Havel's. Sometimes I have a combination of Smo's armor. Because this gives a little more poise. All Havel's. Smo's gives more armor. And of course, tons of these people use the Giant's armor. I was just too lazy to ever get it. I guess it's considered the best or something. I don't know. Let's see, if I take on Mask the Father, I'm actually below equipment load, but I like to put on, make sure I don't accidentally miss my window to fight these guys here. Damn it, where is this? I like to put on the Eagle Shield for this kind of situation here where I'm just... why is my equip load lighter than I'm expecting? Must be missing... Oh, Mask of the Mother is... That's what a lot of people wear. It's pretty nice. I guess sometimes I have more weapons equipped at the same time. Let's see, right now I have a medium roll. So Dark Woodgrain ring is actually nice, just not for the flips, but because it actually gives you a fast enough speed so you can run behind people. So I could put Crown of the Dusk on here for the hell of it. Just give me a little higher pyromancy. Or hell, I could just put the Dragon Crest ring back on at this point too. Because the hope is basically trying to kill people with Firestorm here. Usually it just knocks them off. That's how it kills them. I'll usually get 1, sometimes 2 guys. Sometimes the host, sometimes not. Let's put this away so they can't see it sticking out. This is quite a build-up. I generally succeed with this most of the time. I'd say 70% of the time this works. But sometimes people are smart and they'll expect you behind here and they'll stop right beforehand and the Fire Tempest fails. Sometimes, you know, a lot of the stupidest players, like, just all three rush in, just like complete idiots. Okay, let's actually get my Pyromancy Flame on here. I should be trying to set up more instead of screwing around. The Ablin could be semi-useful. This is what they usually do. They usually get to about the bridge and they're like, where is he? Where is he? Is he here? Sometimes if they're smart, they'll go over to that ledge over there and try to look at me. Sometimes if they're smart, they'll keep one guy back and they'll let him try to shoot me with bow and arrow. Sometimes they'll just try to pull that knight first, because the knight is actually another part that helps it. These guys are being rather cautious, even more cautious than I would expect. Normally I use the S-Stock. It's only recently that I've started using the Claymore, but whatever, let's just do this here. There we go. That's how it works. There's one guy down. I thought he had summoned more phantoms than that, but so that's usually what happens. One guy goes down. Sometimes you can get them to knock themselves off just from being overly aggressive here. They'll like roll around. I'm kind of used to fighting here, so I know that you kind of just want to... He didn't bring another guy, did he? No. You gotta watch out for this Black Knight, though. I've learned he can kind of knock... I don't know what he is doing. I guess he made the smart choice. Yeah, smart players will try to run, actually, out of this area. I should have... I've killed myself here, actually, being pushed off by the Black Knight. So that was smart. That was the smartest thing he could have done, was to run away. So now he just wants to fight me in a regular duel again. This is actually why I had 2 slots, so I could bring Firestorm too, so I could do it twice if I wanted to. Because now this dude just wants to have a regular fight. I could fight him for real if he wanted to. He's probably going to try to summon another Phantom really fast, so it's going to be almost useless for me to fight him. Let's see, where's... Oh, shit. Oh god, I don't have my other ring on. I'm about to get myself backstabbed. Just trying to get... No, he's trying to just backstab fish. That's cute. Just trying to get my stupid... That was dumb of him. Oh yeah, that's nice. Just don't give me the... Just trying to get the Hornet Ring on, so that would do a shit ton more damage. This guy's just gonna flask all day. He's probably just gonna flask and backstab fish, so... Well, this video's already gone longer than I expected it to, and I was really just planning on helping people kill Gwyn, but I wasn't getting summoned that fast. Just figured I'd do some PvP, so I guess this is just turning into another PvP video. If I had my rings in order... Normally I don't use the Bellowing Dragon Crest ring, so it's not next to all of my other rings. No, not the Hawk ring. Well, while I'm waiting for this guy, I'll actually organize my rings here, because it's really useful in PvP to actually have your rings next to each other. And did this guy just like pull the plug or something, or is there... Let's see, the Black Separation Crystal, that's only for me to use. Well, I guess that's some kind of victory, I don't know. That guy was excessively cautious or scared of me. I don't know what the hell his deal was. Now it's already been 24 minutes since I started rambling in this video, and basically watched me get killed by one guy and deal with another guy just dicking around. It looks like I'm being invaded here, so... The Hornet Ring is probably just the most intelligent ring to use in this situation in general. Did my white soul sign disappear? Is there a reason that's not being placed? Is it because I'm getting invaded? Just kind of confused about that. Maybe it's because I'm getting invaded, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna be too lazy to edit this video too. This is why I actually recorded a bunch of other videos of me talking in PvP. Then they just got excessively long, and I was like, no one wants to watch me PvP for hours on end, and no one wants to, and I don't want to do the editing to actually edit some of the more interesting footage, which I guess is a little lame because I had some decent stuff. I've still never equipped the Ring of Favor and Protection. So I tried the Leo ring for a little bit. Based off of that and actually like Googling, it didn't seem like there was a huge use for that. I think I'm getting invaded here. This is the other annoying thing about getting invaded. I don't know if it's my own connection, but half the time it's just like Dark Spirit Itatsi. Half the time it's like people are trying to connect and it just fails. Okay, I've fought against these Scythe users a number of times. They all just do this jumping attack. One thing that's really useful... Okay. One thing that's useful is when they try their little jumping attack, just run past them and backstab. Let's see if he tries it. So... like that. And yes, I am trying to chain stab because it's